everyone. Welcome back to Story Time with me. Have you seen dancing princesses before when you're down at Disney World sometimes? Well, today's story is going to be 12 dancing princesses. So let's see what happens in this story. So today's story is going to be 12 dancing princesses. Let's get the story on the road.
This is the story of 12 dancing princesses. Once upon a time, there was a king who had 12 beautiful daughters. All the princesses slept in the same bedroom, and they all left their shoes neatly lined up at the side of their beds. And every morning, the shoes were muddy and so worn out that the princesses needed brand new shoes.
How can this be? Do you go out and run around the palace every night or march up and down the parade ground? How do you wear out your shoes?
We don't know, Father.
Well, I am tired of playing the cobbler for all these shoes. Tonight, I will make sure you don't leave your room.
That night, the king put a big padlock on the princess's bedroom door.
They won't be able to go out.
On the princess's bedroom door.
They won't be able to go out dancing now.
But the next morning, once again, the princess's shoes were all worn through. The king was completely baffled. He decided to send out a proclamation.
Any man who can discover where my daughters go at night and how they wear out their shoes may marry whichever princess he chooses.
Young men and old came to the palace to try their luck. Each one sat outside the princess's room, hoping to catch sight of the princesses going out. But they all fell asleep by midnight. Not one of them discovered the princess's secret. One day, a young soldier decided to try his luck at the palace. Along the way, he met an old woman who asked where he was going.
I am on my way to the royal palace. I'm going to try to solve the mystery of the 12 dancing princesses.
You are very brave to try after so many men have failed. I can help you, but you must do exactly as I say.
I assure you that I will.
When you take your place outside the bedroom, one of the princesses will bring you a goblet of wine. Do not drink it. Just pretend to drink and then pretend to fall fast asleep. Snore. Snore as loudly as you can.
I'm sure I can do that. Is there anything else?
Yes. Take this cloak. It is magic. As soon as you put it on, it will become invisible, and so will you. You will be able to follow the princesses wherever they go.
Thank you very kindly.
Good luck to you, young man. I'm sure you will be successful.
When the soldier arrived at the palace, a servant took him to a comfortable chair outside the princess's bedroom.
You must sit here and keep watch all night. Tomorrow morning, you will report everything you see to the king. I understand.
Just as the old woman had predicted, the eldest princess soon came out with a glass of wine for the soldier. He thanked her and pretended to take a sip. But as soon as she went back into her room, he spilled out every drop. Then he closed his eyes and pretended to be asleep, snoring loudly. As soon as they heard the snoring, the princesses laughed and sprung from their beds. They quickly dressed in their finest clothes and put on brand new dancing slippers. The eldest princess opened the bedroom door to make sure the soldier was still fast asleep.
We're safe. Let's go.
She clapped her hands 3 times. Suddenly, the floor opened up and a wide staircase appeared. Peeking round the doorway, the soldier saw the eldest princess leading her sisters down the stairs. The youngest princess was last of all. As soon as she stepped onto the staircase, the soldier put on the cloak the old woman had given him and followed her. He was in such a hurry scampering down the stairs that he accidentally stepped on the hem of the youngest princess's gown.
Oh, someone is pulling on my gown. Don't be silly, it's just caught on a nail.
At the bottom of the staircase, the soldier followed the princess through the grove of splendid silver trees and gleaming leaves.
I'll have to prove I've been here.
He snapped off a silvery branch and hid it under his cloak. The youngest sister heard the crackle of the snapping branch and said,
Something is wrong. I heard a strange noise.
Don't be so silly. It was just a rabbit scurrying through the wood.
They walked on and came to another wooded grove. The trees here were glittering and golden. A bit further along, they came to a grove of trees with leaves of sparkling diamonds. Each time the soldier snapped off a branch to take back to the king, and each time the youngest princess cried out in alarm.
I heard another noise.
Stop being foolish. It is only the princes shouting for joy because they know we are near.
Soon they arrived at a lake where 12 little boats were lined up on the shore. Beside each boat stood a handsome young prince. Each prince took a princess by the hand and helped her into his boat. The soldier stepped into the same boat as the youngest princess. As they rowed out across the lake, the prince remarked,
I wonder why the boat feels so heavy tonight. It is taking all my strength to row.
Perhaps it's the heat. It's such a warm night.
But she looked puzzled too. Across the lake, the soldier saw a magnificent castle. All the windows were lit up, and beautiful music drifted out into the night. As the boats landed, each prince took his princess by the hand, and together they walked up to the castle. The soldier followed them inside to a large ballroom where an orchestra was playing. There the princes and the princesses danced for hours, never stopping to rest.
I'm honestly so glad I got this.
Stopping to rest. When the princesses' shoes were worn through and they could dance no more, the princes rowed them back across the lake. This time, the soldier got into the eldest princess's boat. He was still invisible, and no one had any idea he was there. When they reached the shore, the princesses all leapt from the boats and scampered through the groves of trees to the staircase. Mud splattered and spattered their worn-out dancing slippers. The soldier quickly ran ahead so he would be the first one up the staircase. He took off his cloak, put the branches out of sight, and sat down in the chair. By the time the princesses arrived in their bedroom, he was snoring loudly.
Our secret is safe. We've tricked Father once again.
The next morning, the soldier went to see the king. The princesses were already there, holding their muddy, worn-out shoes.
Well, have you found out where my daughters dance each night?
Yes, Your Majesty. They go to a magnificent underground castle where they dance with 12 princes.
He told the king about the staircase in the floor and the glittering trees, and he showed him the gold, silver, and diamond branches.
Is this true?
The princesses confessed that it was.
Then you have succeeded where others have failed, and you are worthy to be my son-in-law. You may choose one of my daughters as your bride.
The soldier chose the youngest princess, who smiled happily as he took her hand. They were married the very next day, and all the princesses danced at their wedding. The end.
That was a really neat, clever plan that the old woman gave that gentleman. You may never know what your daughters are up to. The daughters were up to, and the king was so surprised. So I hope you enjoyed today's story. Bye, everyone.